BBC.
BBC. A little bit. Should be.
Now, slightly controversial today. We were really excited because we were like, this is going to be fantastic. We're going to have an artist on the show.
Yes.
We can find out if they've made it into Eurovision Song
Do you
Contest.
see the theme going here?
Yeah, musicals,
Musicals,
music.
music.
Yeah, anyone would think we planned the show.
Yeah.
I love it.
Eurovision.
Yes.
And the big decision going around the corner.
Brexit. I mean, it all just falls into place.
We got our finger on the pulse there.
However, they actually have delayed making the announcement by a week.
Right, so we don't know.
So we are left on tender hooks as to whether or not our first guest for the Late Show tonight.
Oh, wait, Shay.
Yes.
Someone
Has it
on
been
the phone.
released?
Someone's on the phone.
Who's on the phone?
Oh, he's wrong one.
Oh, thanks. Sunny. That's so evil. So evil. We are left on tender hooks whether or not our first guest tonight has made it into the Eurovision Song Contest. He's entered every year. He's always come. He's come second as well of getting through to represent.
Not second in the
his
competition.
country. No.
Second coming. Just going to the competition.
Chosen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really chuffed to say that we're joined in the studio by Zee Krayski to talk to us about his latest track, but also I want to find out more about the Eurovision Song Contest. We're also joined by Nathan. He's a bass guitarist with Zee. They've known each other since they're 11 years old. It's a pleasure to have you guys here.
Hello, guys.
Thanks for coming in. Now, Zee, let's firstly find out a bit more about this. So you have, how many times have you entered the Eurovision Song Contest?
Well, let's just say that after maybe another couple of years, maybe 3 years, I will have enough to put a whole album together.
Really?
Wow. That's amazing.
For songs that almost made it to the Eurovision.
I like
Almost
that.
made it. That would actually be a really cool album. But this isn't for England, is it?
No, it isn't. It's for Poland, I'm afraid.
Right.
So
Yeah.
in the past, you've seen that you went, you've done a couple of years of this, right?
Yes.
And the guys who got through in Poland, how far did they get? Do you remember one that thinking, how did that get through and mine didn't?
Yeah.
And they
I
were
seem to think-
miserable.
yeah, every single year.
Oh right, you say that every year. How well did they do?
No, they've done all right, and there's a few. There's one guy called Michał Szpak.
Yeah.
And he did really well. I think his song was called "Colour of Your Life" or something.
Right. And what did you release?
That's the one year that I didn't enter.
See, that
So-
was the year you should have done
Yeah.
it. Don't you agree with that, Nathan?
That was a great song, and he did really well. He did really well.
Okay.
And that was the year that I think I took a break.
Okay, so the good.
love that.
So in that respect, other people got through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of competition. Nathan, when did you get involved? When the passion for Eurovision Song Contest? When did you get roped into this?
Well, I've been in it with Zennon since school, so I
Yeah.
guess we kind of went on the journey together, and it seemed like a really viable route to get our music out there. So probably as long as Zennon.
He's not had much choice really, has he?
No,
Yeah, I don't
no,
think
no.
you have. Like, listen, I need help, and then you've just got to help your mate, don't you?
Yeah.
If
So
you're 11 years.
we've got to put this into context, haven't we? So Zee, you're born in Sheffield, you're from
Yes.
England, but you were born to Polish parents. So you're a singer, songwriter, guitarist, musician, which is fantastic, and you were snapped up by Warner Music Poland. So although you were born and brought up here, why have you never thought about putting a song through for Eurovision Song Contest for England
Yeah.
Well,
rather than Poland?
I did try. The
Ah.
first time ever,
Right.
I phoned up, and I think it was a while ago, and they just said I weren't. They said I weren't allowed.
Really?
You
Yeah.
went, why?
Because it was the one year that I think it was Andrew Lloyd Webber that was
Uh-huh.
actually writing the song.
So they already had picked it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean this wasn't public knowledge at the time.
Right.
So just so happened that year it was going to be an internal kind of selection that they.
Fair enough.
Fine.
And then what? Then when did you? Who told you to go to Poland? Was your mum, your dad?
Well,
Said,
we were
"Listen."
already. We were signed to EMI at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
In Poland.
Yeah.
And we just that same year we decided, well, we'll do a song for Poland in that
Yeah.
case. And so that's the year that we came second. So the first time we
Wow.
entered.
Come on.
So that was once and then ever since then we're just like, once you come second, you just think,
Oh, come
Yeah,
on,
I can do this, I can do this.
if we'd have come like 10th or 20th or something, we'd have
Yeah.
probably left it there. But they've just dangled that carrot now.
And
Yeah.
can I
So-
ask you, when you came second, what is the process? I don't even know how you would start entering. What do? You just put it on a cassette at that time and send it in, or do you make a vinyl or a DVD?
No,
what do you do?
You basically have to go to the TV,
Right.
to the TV company
Yeah.
and you have to register your song with them. And it's, I think at that time you had to be signed as well. You had to have a record label.
So you just couldn't be anyone off the street.
No, because it's actually quite expensive.
Yeah, I
Of
can
course.
imagine. Yeah.
To actually enter the Eurovision, because you've got to fly over there and then you've got to do your promotion.
Yeah.
A lot of the time you've got to promote yourself to all the other countries in Europe as
Yeah,
well.
Of course.
So even if someone's got a great song, if they can't promote it, the chance of them getting chosen is going to be difficult.
I've got to ask you this question because it feels very apt, like most things, whenever anything political is happening, people will turn to music, film or sports, and vent out how they're feeling.
Yeah.
I can always look at cricket, India, Pakistan, you always see that kind of rivalry and it
Yeah.
comes out in the cricket,
It's always fun though, isn't it?
whether the politics of the day. And I've kind of feel in the past 2 years, I think definitely us Brits have felt that way when it comes to the Eurovision Song Contest and England
Yes.
and the rest of Europe and how people feel about us, even if our songs are great. So do you think actually being an Englishman who's Polish, trying to go via the Poland route has been helpful for you? Or do you think, have you had kind of Brits...
Slightly.
Yeah. Have Brits kind of said to you, oh no, come on, Brexit, you should be doing it for England?
I think it works both ways, to be honest, because when I'm in Poland, there's a lot of Polish people who really like the fact that I'm not fully Polish, but I speak Polish.
Right.
My parents were Polish, and
Yeah.
I've learnt the language and everything. So they really like the fact that I'm entering for Poland, even though I'm not fully Polish. But then there are some of the hardcore Eurovision Polish fans who think that it should be represented by a fully blown
Someone who's
Polish-
there,
Yeah.
pays the
Yeah.
taxes in
And
their country.
I
I get
can
that.
understand that. So.
Yeah.
So it's
But
difficult.
we have a similar relationship because Sunny and I always talk about, we love to celebrate the multicultural society we live in the UK, definitely compared to some of the other European countries and our neighbours and counterparts. Sunny and I are the same as you, so we are fully British,
Yeah.
fully English.
Yeah.
However, we happen to be Punjabi as well. Both of our parents are from north of India, so we've got that affiliation. So I
Yeah.
get where you're coming from.
But if you're a football player, am I right? Please correct me.
Oh, here we go, here we go.
Because I don't know much about football.
Neither
But,
do I.
yeah,
So
yeah, so
you're
No,
really-
Nathan,
Nathan,
come in
come
on
through
this.
So
Come
now,
on,
if he
football,
was
here
a
we go.
football player and he wasn't picked for the England team,
Yeah.
could he then play for Poland because his
Sure.
family?
For sure,
So
yeah.
then I think that should be
I
fair.
definitely could. I know I could answer that one for that. I've got dual nationality. So
That's what I was going
Right.
to say. Yeah.
Passports.
So there you go. Yeah.
Okay,
So you can play for.
okay.
So why can't you sing for
I
another
think,
country?
I think you could actually play for England now.
Yeah, I guess. So, yeah.
Just need the skill.
That's it. What about yourself, Nathan? Did you have, you yourself, do you have a dual nationality or not?
Oh, you're fully English.
Fully English.
So technically, if we get into, if you guys get into, the Eurovision Song Contest, technically, it's England, isn't it?
Yes.
Don't say
Can
that
we
too
claim
much.
that? No.
People in Poland
No,
will be listening to this.
but you have to take your best friend with you for the ride.
Oh,
Yeah.
he'll be there.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
he's got a
Okay.
British passport.
Nathan,
You've
fly
got a
the
British
flag.
passport.
Have a secret
So
flag.
technically, you've got two
jacket.
British passports.
I'll be
to
using
your
my
half.
Polish passport then, though. Definitely, especially with the Brexit. Who knows? Man?
Oh, yeah. You're going to get a
In
visa. on
fact,
it.
who knows whether
believe
me. Even let him in.
I'll let him go.
Play a podcast, our bass player.
No, but seriously, I was told.
Yeah.
I was told last year by my management that I have to apply for my Polish passport
No way.
because it could be an issue.
And did
You
you
know.
apply?
That's
Yeah,
scary.
I
So
still
you
got it.
You got it now.
No, I
that's
haven't got it yet.
Oh,
Oh, you're still
No,
waiting?
I'm still waiting for
What
it.
date is the Eurovision Song Contest this year?
Yeah.
It's sometime in May.
So now we're still waiting for the phone call.
Nathan.
It hasn't happened yet.
No.
What was the
No.
song that you've entered?
It was called "Give Me Your Love," and actually it's a duet with one of my friends from Poland.
Okay.
Because I like doing duets.
Yeah,
I like
that
singing with
makes
other
sense.
people. I mean, we're a band and we love playing live. That's
Uh-huh.
the only thing that we do music for, is to
Right.
play live gigs.
Right.
As many as we can possibly do, all the time. But we love to get guest singers on things,
Yeah.
to sing along with
Yeah.
them.
Of course.
You can't beat a good
No,
duet.
You can't.
You know.
True.
There's been
True.
so many great ones in the past.
Ex-
What's Smile? Tell me about Smile.
Smile was, that's just a solo song. Well,
Yeah.
a band song, So,
Yeah.
and there's no hidden meanings or anything. It's just cheesy pop.
I love
Do you
that.
like cheesy pop?
Yeah.
What about you, Nathan? Are you a cheesy pop guy?
Yeah, to be honest, for me, it's kind of music is music. It's either good, I either like it or I don't. But,
True. I agree with
I
that.
think the stuff Zen writes is really uplifting. really makes you well, smile.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I agree with you that sometimes people think, oh no, this is the only genre of music I like, you know, rock or whatever. But I agree. If a song is good, it's good.
Yeah.
You know, and
We're
if
really
it's
bad
not,
at
it's
that,
not.
yeah. We have to kind of pigeonhole everything.
Yeah.
So true.
And I
Yeah.
agree, actually. Sometimes it's not fair, especially if you've got world music as well. So, we, for that reason alone, for a Friday night, are going to play you Smile.
One who makes me smile. 'Cause you're the only one who makes me smile. Makes me smile more than you. She's the one, she's the only She's the only one who makes me smile.
You can say that because we've known each other since
Yeah,
11,
exactly.
but
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
else,
yeah.
that'd be offensive.
Smile.
What a great song. They're so uplifting.
It is uplifting.
It reminded me, I've got to say, a bit of, you know, YouTube, Beautiful Day, really uplifting.
Yeah.
And also energy, very high octane. If you're tuning into the show and you're thinking, oh, I really enjoy that, well, we are joined in the studio by Zee Krayski, and also we've been speaking to Nathan. He's a bass guitarist. So Zee, your name is Zee Krayski, but you are a band, but it all
Yes.
comes under yourself. And we've mentioned and we talked about the fact that every year you have tried to get into the Eurovision Song Contest. So we're wishing you the best of luck, I've got to say, for
Thank
this
you.
year.
Fingers crossed.
But
Yes.
we were hoping tonight you were going to be able to come on air
And give us an announcement, yeah.
and have the big announcement. Sadly, they've actually changed the date. So it's next Friday, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's
the
next
announcement
Friday.
was
So that might be a
made.
good thing.
Might be, because if we'd have got rejected, then it would be.
Yeah, they were like, all right, can you
That's
get rid of
all right.
that pile?
No, no.
And then the other guys can wait a week while we go through it again. So you're in the pile that they are definitely struggling with, which is a positive.
It seems like either they've got lots of really good songs,
Yes.
and so they need more time to go through them, or they've got
the
no
Brexit.
good songs, and they're hoping that they're going to find one of the big artists
To come forward.
come forward within the next week. which-
Now, we mentioned if you're tuning into Radio London, this is for Poland.
Yes.
The Eurovision Song Contest, and they're quite happy for you to be singing. Have they ever asked you for any entries that you've done in the past to sing in Polish, or
Yeah.
what's the perspective been for that?
we did actually once enter for a competition which is similar to the Eurovision, but it was more just internal for Poland, called Opole, and we had to sing in Polish for that one. Remember we did that song "I'll Be There."
I remember
And
it.
it was-
Yeah, I remember it. My bass playing was just like so Polish that day.
they had to sing the backing vocals in Polish.
No, wait, what was the
And-
lyrics?
and can you remember the
So I
lyrics?
can remember one line.
Go on,
and
this
it
is good,
haunted
this.
me forever.
Go on,
So-
come forward.
So I don't speak Polish, so it was, get this. So
Hold on.
He's going to put reverb.
There you go.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
gonna
singing.
get
I'm not
No,
singing.
you're
reverb.
singing, you're gonna sing it like you did
It's
it.
hard enough to. It's hard enough to. I've got.
It's a
sore
real
throat.
thing.
It's hard
Okay.
enough to speak it. So it was. Kiedy myślisz, źle zostaniesz sama i boisz się być źle zrozumiana, or something
Oh,
like that.
wow!
I'm surprised you remembered that one.
Well done. Did you
done,
get
mate.
that right, Z?
Pretty much,
Well
yeah.
done,
I
Nathan.
think every Polish person would have understood that and would be on the floor laughing. But they had to sing that, you know.
So what did you...
It might be like real tongue twister.
It's bad enough for me to be honest. You know.
Who wrote the lyrics?
Well, they were written in English first, and then they were translated by someone, weren't they? But they were changed quite a lot.
Yeah, because
And-
sometimes you get lost in translation, doesn't it?
Yeah, we didn't win that one either, by the way.
Oh.
We are
Where did
so
you go?
behind you. I really hope you
We
get
got
it
to the
this
last
year.
10 on that one, didn't we?
You know what it seems like? You sort of paint your picture as Eddie the Eagle, but you're such a lovely guy that we're like, listen, it doesn't matter about the song, just give him the
Do
trophy.
you know what? There's so going to be a film made about you.
I know, yeah,
oh
exactly.
my God, I can see it. There's going to be like an English, film made about the band, about you guys.
The Triers.
Almost.
Yeah, the tries.
Almost made it to
10
the-
years. Europe can't say
Eurovision.
no to us. End of.
You
Spinal
think
Tap
eventually,
tattoo.
we're going to have to wear them down, aren't we? They can't,
I guess so. But
unless the people who choose and keep, and the judges, if they
If they
keep
change
changing,
them.
yeah, because then by the time we're just about worn them down,
Yeah.
It's got
someone
you
new comes in,
batching.
and they're
Can I just say, whilst you're talking, I love the fact, and genuinely, I'm sure people will be thinking this, I just love the fact that you're on BBC Radio London, we're talking about Eurovision Song Contest, you're from Sheffield, you've got the strongest accent.
Yeah, strongest.
But it's the fact that you want to represent Poland. I just think the whole story is fantastic.
It is.
But as much as we're laughing and we're making joke of it, the other side of it is, and I genuinely have so much respect for this, you mentioned it earlier on, you guys have toured extensively. You've played over 150 concerts in a year.
Well done.
It's very much about being, from large open air arenas, TV shows, intimate gigs. Do you love to kind of tour with the guys? Is that a big passion of yourselves?
That's the only reason we do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Totally.
From school,
I'm surprised.
It's just
by
all
that.
about the gigs.
We've had bands on Radio London with Sunny and I, and they said, "Do you know what? I can't wait to get home. It's a part of it can get grueling by the end of the tour. And you actually, what is it? You get away from family and
Well,
you do it.
yeah.
You
A lot
lads
of-
on the road.
When we tour, it's usually we can get back in between. It's not like a tour where we're away for
Okay.
long periods of time. So we're travelling backwards and forwards. In England, there isn't anywhere where you can't play and then get back the same day.
So
if you
true.
want to.
So true.
So true.
So
and
true.
Poland, the same.
Yeah.
If we do a gig in Poland, we can be back a day later.
Okay.
We don't usually do that. We
Yeah,
just
yeah.
but it's all possible. So there's absolutely no need really to be away for that long. I suppose if you're going to start touring
Yeah.
the rest of Europe and,
Yeah.
and America or something, then there's...
So these are local haunts where everyone knows you guys.
Yeah. Well-
where the audience demands you to be. You sell the tickets and festivals and all that lovely
Yeah,
stuff.
well, I mean, we're going to be doing all the holiday camps, aren't we?
Yeah.
Starting from the end of March.
Nice.
They start.
Lovely.
We've been asked to do a couple of the.
The Gay Pride events.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic.
That's brilliant.
So, there's quite a lot of them. They're big events,
Yeah, and they're getting a lot more popular as
Yeah.
well. Everyone's going to them now, not even gay
Sure.
people. Me and Jay go every year.
Well, I just love the
We
environment.
just like the environment and the
support it
atmosphere.
completely.
100%.
So, guys, we've talked about the Eurovision Song Contest entry. I feel it's only right. I'm going to hand it over to you, Zee. Can you please introduce the song? This could
Could, potentially.
make it to Eurovision Song Contest to represent Poland. Over to you, Zee.
Hi everyone, this is our new song with Emmy Myherchik and our band Zee Krayski. It's called Give Me Your Love.
It's just like a fairy tale, a never-ending story. You give me your love when there's no one around. You give me your love. You make me feel like drown without you. You make me feel like drown without you.
Now, I thoroughly enjoyed that. That is Give Me Your Love by Zee Krayski and also Emmy Myherchik. And this particular track is the first track that she's released in 10 years.
Wow.
We're talking about musicals tonight. I could so hear this song on The Greatest Showman, the musical film. Easily.
Even theatre, this is a really good song.
Genuinely do hope you guys get it for Poland.
Thank you.
Good luck
guys.
to you guys.
Thank
You
you.
should have made that the English entry, actually.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything that good from
Yeah,
England for a long
yeah.
time.
Stay with us, guys. A couple of more things we do want to talk about. So we'll have a chat with Zee, but also Nathan as well in the next hour of the show.
On digital radio
94.9 FM.
and on BBC Sounds.
This is
And a very good evening. It is 4 minutes past 11 now. Sunny and Shay here with you tonight until 2 o'clock in the morning. And we still have got our great guests tonight. We've had generally a lot of fun talking about Eurovision Song Contest.
So much fun.
If you're just tuning into the show, we've been speaking to Zee Krayski. Now, it's actually spelt Z-E-E, and then Krayski is Krayski. You can find all the details for Zee Krayski on Facebook, on YouTube as well. We're also speaking to Nathan, who's the bass guitarist with the band. Every year he has, and the band has submitted to Eurovision Song Contest for Poland. They're hoping they're going to make it next week. Fingers crossed.
Fingers
band.
crossed.
We
Cheers, guys.
just played the latest track, Give Me Your Love, featuring very famous Polish singer Emmy Myherchik. So if you go to YouTube, leave a comment if you like the video.
And then if you look on there, you can see some people are really nervous
Yes.
about you guys because there might be some kind of, they say it's quite political, is the Eurovision Song Contest. So do you think there's some kind of sabotage working against you guys as well, just so that you don't make it? Because that is a brilliant song.
I don't know if it's sabotage, but
Right.
the people are very, very passionate about Eurovision.
We've noticed.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
No.
people who love it, love it.
If they like one particular song,
That's it.
then they don't like any other song.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't matter how good the other song may be.
Right.
You know, it's either the song they like
Yeah.
or the rest are rubbish.
Right.
So that's the way. It's very. They don't pull any punches, do they, Nathan?
Oh,
It's
no.
like, so we are really opening ourselves up here for a lot of hatred. But on the positive, on the other end of the stake, you know, if they like it, then you make lifelong fans.
Yes, you
because,
do.
Yeah.
So,
you know,
how
we-
can people follow you guys and and get to hear your music and where they can get the latest dates for your touring
Tour
and
and
everything,
everything. Yes.
Well, we've got a YouTube page, so they can just type in Zee Krayski and subscribe to that, and we'll be putting up more and more videos. We've had a brilliant idea, or we think it's a brilliant idea, but we don't know if we're going to do it just yet because it's going to be a lot of work. And
Is it X Factor?
No. For next year, for the Eurovision song, I'm going to write it with the public.
Oh,
That's
lovely.
my idea.
That's
Right.
genius.
So I'm going to help get everyone do like a survey to
Yeah.
everyone vote what style it should be, then what kind
Try
of
all those styles
Yeah.
out.
and get everyone along the way to get involved in making the song from scratch to the end.
That
I
is
love
such a
that, and
brilliant
then
thing.
that way people who are English and
Will be
Polish
invested.
can be involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll take about
Yeah.
6 months to do it.
Yeah, it's not going to be
It's
easy.
fun, isn't it?
But yeah, well, it could turn out who knows what. Because
Yeah, it could be
True.
one of those, one of those traditional songs that everyone likes,
Yeah.
Europop, or it could be a really like country and western kind of song. It could be even a rap song.
but I will have to follow what they vote for.
Yeah. What if they said
True.
grime?
I'll have to do it.
No.
You're the man.
I'd
You're
like
the
to
man.
hear grime on
you
Eurovision
probably just
Song
like
Contest.
grime.
That'd be
let me get a grime artist to help me out with this, right?
Brilliant.
You got get on the phone and try to find all the guys that can sort of like help you with
Yeah.
all these different genres of
You got
music.
Skepta gigs. I'm
No,
sure
I'm
that'd
even
be
talking about
amazing.
rock as well. You can probably
Yeah.
call Iron Maiden and say, "Hey guys, you need a bit of help."
Yeah,
I'm doing a
get
bit of
on
a
it.
rock song here.
Alongside that, though, we were talking in the last hour. You are very busy. So for 2019, what are the plans for you, Zee, and for the band as a whole?
Well, we're going to try and do as many gigs as we can. Obviously, finish the album, which is, we're back in the studio tomorrow morning to carry on with that. And we want to do as many big gigs as possible now. So there'll be a few over in Poland.
Uh-huh.
We're going to be playing all the holiday camps over the summer. Hopefully some of the Pride events and things like that.
And with that, you mentioned the album. How far into the album are you now?
This is the problem because we've got 40 songs.
Wow!
So
You could do a double album, couldn't you?
So it's
you
actually
could release 2 in a year.
we're having enough trouble finishing this one. It's just they're all kind of at that stage where you can't decide which one to work on next.
Okay,
And the problem is once you've done one, it makes the others sound a little bit.
but 40 songs is a lot, and it's
Yeah.
a brilliant catalogue of songs. And often we would talk about artists like Prince, who just goodness knows how many songs there are, and it would just come out of him, and it was there, and that was it, and he had so many songs that we probably will never hear. But so for yourselves, if you, let's say you whittle down, usually you'll get about 10 or 12 songs in an album, right?
Yeah.
So also if you want to do a double A, you can get 20 songs in an album if you really want to go that way with it. What will you do with the ones you don't choose? Do you think you will park them but use them in the future maybe?
I don't know because I've got a lot of Polish friends who are in the business singing and really well known.
Right.
So I'd be quite happy for some of them to record them.
Amazing. So you're
we'll
not
see.
you're not protective of it. That's fantastic as an artist to
There's
hear.
some songs I am. There are a
Yes.
few songs. There's a couple of songs that I won't even sing live because I just
They mean so much
Yeah,
to you.
and one particular one called "Love You Forever."
Yeah.
I really struggle singing that live. So it's just I
Really?
can't. And that was one that I wrote and we recorded 10 years ago or something.
yeah.
And
We
Nathan,
very
have you
rarely
ever
do
tried?
it.
Have you ever tried to get Zee to sing that
Every
online?
single gig.
Really?
Wow.
It's
We
like-
get messages all the time, don't they?
Well,
to say-
it's one of the best songs. It's one of my personal favourites.
Uh-huh.
But I get it. It means a lot.
Is it? Are we allowed to delve into and ask why? Is
It's just it was basically it was about a girl that I was going out with for a long, long time.
Okay.
And then I wrote it just after that, And it's just a bit strange to be singing it now, you know. It's just
The
one of those
relationship
things.
has ended.
But
Yeah.
don't forget,
move
there's so many
forward.
people that go through that kind of
Yeah.
emotions at that
I
time.
mean, they can listen to it quite happily. Go ahead and listen to it.
Yeah.
But don't make me sing it.
Oh, I get that. I think we all have those moments. There are certain things you don't need to relive. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
understandable. Nathan's eyes are rolling like, yeah. Well, listen, Zee, Nathan, such a pleasure having you here tonight.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you, and best of luck.
Cheers.
Best of luck for Eurovision Song Contest. Next Friday we find out. We'll have to, keep in touch. Maybe you can call into the show, let us know if you got it, if you didn't.
Brilliant.
We'd love to find out how it pans out for you. Next Friday we'll have a chat with you on air.
Fantastic.
If you want further details, as we said, it's Zee Krayski on YouTube, Facebook as well. Leave the comments for the video. Give me your love. It's spelled Z-E-E and then Krayski. Thanks again, guys.
Cheers,
Thank you.
guys.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
Can
thanks
we
for having
do
us.
that? Kind of makes sense. Even if it's just a quick phoner
Yeah.
next week. Just
Yeah,
say,
no
did you
problem.
get it? Did you not? And even if you don't.
No, it's
fine.
going to be a no. But no, it's fine. Yeah, no, fine. Yeah, bye-bye, guys. Good luck. Thank you.
See you
Everyone
later.
takes their photos here, basically.
Okay.
Paul McCartney, Robbie Williams, everyone does it in this pool. So we might as well do it here.
Oh, we're good company then.
Yes. So if we get you on this pool, lovely. And then if you come here, a little bit closer, there we go. And then big smiles. Okay, I'll come in.